So much was made about those 17 titanic NFL matchups between iconic quarterbacks Tom Brady and Peyton Manning from 2015. My friend Gary Myers even wrote a book about them 2 years ago. Brady vs. Drew Brees, on the other hand, isn't storied. Can you recall even one of their games? Probably not. Their paths have seldom overlapped. On Sunday these future Hall of Famers meet on the same field as pros for only the 5th time, when the New England Patriots visit the New Orleans Saints at the Superdome, 1 p.m. EDT, on CBS regionally, and on CTV in Saskatchewan, Northern Ontario, Ottawa, Montreal and the Maritimes. The reason they've seldom met, compared to Brady Manning or even Brady Roethlisberger, 9 times, is that Brady has spent his entire 18-year career playing on the AFC side of the NFL with the Patriots, while Brees for the past 12 years has played on the other side, the NFC, with the Saints. Other than their every 4 years conference crossover, Brady and Brees could only have played one another in the playoffs in a Super Bowl, and that hasn't happened. While the 40-year-old Brady had a winning record against Manning, 11-6, the 38-year-old Brees has got the best of him 3 out of 4 times in the NFL. Their rivalry actually began in college. Their first and only pre-NFL matchup occurred in October 1999, when Brady was a 5th-year senior at Michigan, and Brees a gunslinging junior at Purdue. It was a big game, too. ABC telecast it to much of America, and Brady's 4th-ranked Wolverines thumped Brees and the 11th-ranked Boilermakers, 38-12. Believe it or not, the younger Brees was by far the bigger deal of the 2 quarterbacks at the time, both regionally and nationally. Brady probably was best known for having to battle every week for in-game playing time with Michigan's super sophenom, Drew Henson. Just the week before, Brady played in only the first quarter in a narrow win at Syracuse. Meantime, Brees already had burst into a star in Joe Tiller's pass-crazy Purdue attack. The New York Times report off that Michigan-Purdue game doesn't even mention Brady's name until the 571st word, because the story that afternoon was all about how Brees, when he wasn't getting popped, pulverized or pancaked by Michigan's fierce pass rush, saw more than 10 of his expertly thrown balls dropped by his receivers, according to Tiller afterward. That game took place 2 years before the first Brady-Manning matchup. 18 years later, Brady-Brees vie, if you count that college encounter, holds immense meaning, and not for anything statistical, such as how much closer each might inch toward the marks of the only 2 NFLers who have ever thrown for more yards than them. Manning holds the record with 71,940, ahead of Brett Favre with 71,838, Brees with 66,402 and Brady with 61,849. Both the Patriots and Saints lost their opener, and in pretty ugly fashion. Each's defense was terrible, something new only for the Pats, mind you. At best, Brady and Brees performed okay. So when asked Wednesday about how his and his fellow Longtooth's football paths first crossed 18 years ago, when Cleveland Browns rookie starter Deshaun Kaiser was age 3, each spun it back to the game at hand. Or at least mostly. We played against each other in college, Brees said. We've known each other for a long time, I guess since 1999. I've got a ton of respect for Tom and what he's accomplished. That's a team, especially after a loss, that comes out with a vengeance, and we know that they are going to be ready to play," said Brady. Playing against him for a long time, I know the challenges a Drew Brees-led team presents. We've got our work cut out for us. Hopefully we do a better job than the last time we were down there. You don't want to give those guys a huge time of possession advantage. We did last time we were down there and we got our butts kicked, so we're going to have to do a much better job. If you're thinking this could be the last time these QBs face off, well, maybe not. This year each has said he'll try to play until he's about age 45. 4 years from now, in 2021, Brady will be 44, Brees 42. That year the Saints will visit the Patriots. Brady Brees 7, anyone? Cushing's up Sunday. The NFL suspended Houston Texans linebacker Brian Cushing without pay for 10 games, for violating the league's policy on performance-enhancing drugs. Cushing cannot practice or play until Tuesday, November 28. Although often injured, Cushing's loss is big for the Texans, on the field and off. The reason the suspension's so lengthy is because it's the ex-Southern Cal star's second such offense. He was suspended for 4 games in 2010. His appeal then was denied. This time he is not appealing. Concussion research. The NFL is now inviting research grant proposals related to the diagnosis and treatment of concussion and associated conditions including CTE, as well as the natural history of concussion and concurrent, associated diseases. Ali